So a couple of nights ago, we have a managers dinner with all the banks, all the financial institutions, top level management from their side, top level management from our side. We go to a nice place, the Blue Saffron. It's at the Pretoria Country Club, beautiful setting, amazing restaurant, great food. And we're having a conversation processing currently where we are economically in the country, in our industry, and potentially where we could go forward in the future. So a massive topic arises, and on today's episode I'm going to share with you insider views based on a survey on the Gen Z generation. And unless we do something about it right now as South Africans, I think globally we're going to go back into the Stone Ages unless we fix this right now. This is not a doom and gloom episode. However, I'm going to share with you some scary stats, and hopefully by the end, if you drive a team or if you are in a team that's surrounded by Gen Zs, it will give you a different perspective on how you can behave and mold your career path so that we don't end up in the Stone Ages. Let's get into the content, and I hope you enjoy it. So the Gen Z generation is the population on the planet that's born between the 90s and early 2010s. So we're processing this workforce with all the banks. So it's not one or two, it's all of them. And it's high-ranking individuals. So they've got proper insider data and they've got real opinions. They're not scared to share them. And they're not scared to collaborate on some of them, and they're not scared to have an opposing opinion. So it gets me thinking, why is this an issue? Because it's not a single person, it's collectively that they've got a problem with the Gen Z. So why is it an issue? The one lady says, we're having requests for 3 to 4 day work weeks. Another one says, we're having requests for 4-hour work weeks. Now, we're having requests for, we're going to work from the office 2 days and the rest of the time we're going to work from home. So basically the Gen Zs don't want to work. So I go back and say, okay, this is mind-blowing. How is this generation going to lead us into the future in terms of progress? How are we going to get to the next stage? Because whatever got us here won't get us to the next stage. So I go and do a survey, and these are 35,000 employees working at companies like Microsoft, working at companies like Amazon, working at huge Fortune 500 companies. And this is what the survey says. 73% out of everybody surveyed said that if they don't get what they want, for example, the 3 or the 4 day work weeks, or the 2 days work from the office and the rest of the time work from home, 73% of them said they'll leave that job. They're not going to be stuck in a job that doesn't give them that satisfaction. So here's the problem that I've got with that statement. At what point does a person grow in their career? In my opinion, from my experience running sales teams that we took from very low numbers to very big numbers, I've got sales team leaders that are earning massive amounts of income based on the fact that they were able to take hardship, difficult situations, go through them, process them, improve, go and try again, fail again, process them 10, 20, 15 times on one single aspect before they saw progress. So what's this telling me is, in a couple of years we're going to have people that the first time there's any resistance or friction, they're going to give up and move over to the next spot. So who's going to do the work? And here's where I am from an employer type of a position. This is how I see it. In my opinion, companies are not doing a good enough job in the recruitment process, managing expectations up front. So if you're hiring a Gen Z, you need to tell him or her that, listen, these are the working hours, these are my non-negotiables, this I will not negotiate on. We work from the office. These 4 or 5 things we can have a discussion on, but I feel quite firmly around this, and this is a take it or leave it position. If you don't, let's not waste each other's time, move out, go and look for a soft, cushy job. This is how I expect things to be done, and if you bring your side to the table, this is what I can provide you. So this is how this industry has changed my life. This is how it's changed these people's lives. And if we follow this recipe, these are the goals that you will end up achieving? Are we in or are we out? I think as employers and as businesses, even as big as Amazon and Google, because there's a fear of lack of people to employ, we are creating, in my opinion, a very soft culture that unless we change very quickly, we're going to end up in the Stone Ages. Because who's going to do the plumbing? Who's going to do the electrical work? Who's going to build roads? Who's going to build bridges? You can't do that on 3 or 4 day work weeks or 3 or 4 hour work weeks. You simply can't. So I'm going to leave you with this message. If you're a Gen Z, think about this. The only way to grow, the only road to good is uphill. So you need that friction. You need that struggle. You need that failure in order for you to learn how to do things better, faster, and quicker. I hope this message finds you well. I hope I didn't offend someone. If I did, please leave me a comment and then we can have a discussion around it. And last of all, I hope that I leave you better than I found you. Thank you very much for sharing your time with me. Take care and have a beautiful day. Bye-bye.